Hi, and thanks for tuning in to Toys, the Universe, and Everything's review of Robotron 2084 for the Atari 7800. Robotron was released for the Atari 7800 in 1986 and is gaming bliss in its purest form. It is relentless. It never lets up. It will crush you, but you won't be able to stop. The object of the game is to protect the last family from a never-ending army of evil robots like the Grunts, Hulks, and Giant Brains. Hulks will destroy humans they come in contact with, and Giant Brains will reprogram them into mutants to destroy you. It's a blast. In this one spectacular instance, Atari does what Nintendo... fudge.
This is bad.
Yes, I know the ProLine is terrible, and it ruins every good thing. But in this one case, it is okay. Even though back in 1986 you had to have 2 ProLines, duct tape, and a 2x4 to enjoy Robotron, thanks to the miracle of modern science we can finally correct one of Atari's greatest mistakes. With the advent of 3D printers, we can now enjoy Robotron as God intended, with 2 sticks at once. Atari even had one ready and never released it. This thing should have came with the game. And even though Atari knew not including it was basically breaking the game, that is exactly what they did. They even tried to pass it off as a multiplayer feature. Hey kids, get a friend to play with you. Player 1 moves and the other shoots. How could anyone be successful playing that way? They would have to have a psychic link or something. You should be playing this game with 2 Sega Genesis pads or 2 Atari-compatible arcade sticks or 2 ProLines in a 3D printed coupler, or these beauties I picked up at AtariAge.com. If you're going to play with a ProLine only, this game is terrible. Once you solve your controller problem, though, the game is Twitch perfection. This is simply a miracle home port. I know on modern consoles you can play the original ROM emulated on one of the many arcade collections over the years, but it is simply astounding that Atari got so close to the real arcade experience on a port. You play as the lone heroic Robotron running around the screen, avoiding everything but the humans. The screen gets really packed, and the action is chaotic. The Grunts will swarm you while the other baddies chase the humans, and you are constantly choosing points or survival. Graphically, this looks like Robotron 2084. The sprites aren't exact, but they get as close as a 7800 can be expected to. Unless you are playing side by side with an arcade cabinet, you would be hard-pressed to find much to complain about. The colors pop, and the game never really slows down. The sound does a good job of replicating the spirit of the arcade game without many caveats. The thumps and the screeches are there in all the right places. Robotron is hard. Robotron is very hard. Robotron is designed to end you quickly, and it will. Sooner or later, Giant Brains and mutants come for us all. Robotron really is a game of streaks. Experienced players will stockpile lives on the Giant Brain levels by comboing points, saving humans, but any other level can quickly deplete your lives. This is the reason to pat your Atari like the family dog and say, that'll do. The Master System didn't have this game. The NES didn't have this game. The thing is, when I was a kid, I hated this version of the game because of the ProLine. Playing with 1 controller is torture, and playing with 2 meant playing with some friend or family member who would ultimately let you down. Playing now with proper arcade sticks or dual pads simply makes this a whole different game. It was like discovering the Player 2 controller was your inventory in Indiana Jones on Atari. All of a sudden, the experience makes a lot more sense. But don't take my word for it. I'll ask them later. Robotron 2084, humanity's last hope. Pew pew. If you like it, let me know in the comments. Please like and subscribe, and thank you for tuning in.